What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and in today's video we're covering every single leak for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is going to be a massive summary video going over all of the important information from the regional and gameplay information, new Pokemon, new forms, new mechanics, and much more. And if you like this type of video, guys, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. To begin, let's talk about the region and gameplay information. So the region in Japanese is called this in Japanese kanji. When translating this Japanese, we can actually get this as the Paldea region in English. We do not have an actual English name yet, but this is the official Japanese name. And there are 3 cities and 9 towns in the entire game, and the game is completely open world. There's gonna be like no load screens when you're out in the field traveling from town to town, and you should be able to just get to any town in any order. And also, the gyms can be done in any order, but there is no level scaling, so you can't just go to like the 8th gym leader and just do them immediately with your level 5 Pokemon, because their Pokemon are gonna be level 60. But you can also just, maybe skip the first gym, have a really hard fight at the second gym, and then go back and have a much easier fight at the first gym. That's going to be up to you. We don't know how exactly that's going to work out, but I'm sure there's going to be things that are going to stop our progress. Maybe like some sort of HM stuff we're going to have to learn, maybe like surfing as an example. And there's also the confirmed typing for the gym leaders. We have an electric, water, grass, ice, bug, ghost, ground, and normal type gym leaders. And the gym leaders will have rematches. Something very interesting is that there's going to be 3 routes / quests that you're going to need to complete in order to see the ending. We don't know if they're going to be true routes. We're going to have to start the game over again, or when you defeat a route, another route opens up and it's just like how they're breaking up the main story. We're just going to have to wait and see, but this is incredibly exciting stuff. There's also another rival trainer who is a girl with red or blue hair, while the other is Nimona. So both of them you're going to be facing the entire time. And the professor of your version is version exclusive. You will not be seeing the other professor in your game, which I think is a little bit unfortunate overall. Your outfits are all going to be school variations, so there's not going to be a lot of clothes customization in terms of the different ideas will go down. So I think it's going to be a downgrade from Sword and Shield personally. The Elite Four has no type overlap with the gyms, but nor did they use any types that we have not seen before. So there's definitely going to be no normal, grass, or electric fairy Elite Four. And apparently one of the Elite Four members is a child. Very interesting stuff. The champion is going to be male or female. We don't know how this variant works. Maybe this is the opposite of your in-game gender, but we're just going to have to wait and see. There is no fishing, but there is surfing. There is no bikes, but you'll be able to ride a particular Pokemon later in the game as a motorcycle, but there is no actual, oh, you get to use a regular bike. We're moved past that now. There's an auction system in the game, which is interesting, and there is DLC, but we have no information on what that DLC is. I think that's a no-brainer, especially looking at the sales of Sword and Shield. We know they're going to do that. Probably one of the biggest changes is there's no daycare, so there's no way to just put your Pokemon in daycare, have them get EXP, and have them breed. However, there's going to be a thing called Pokemon Camp, and this is actually how we're going to get eggs, and you can do this whenever from the menu now. So that's going to be really interesting, and there's a lot of questions about Pokemon Camp. How many Pokemon can we breed at once? How many eggs can we do at once? We also have a couple of returning features from Pokemon Legends Arceus. We're going to be getting mass outbreaks again, which is really exciting, probably for shiny hunting. There's going to be some sort of alpha-type Pokemon coming back as well. You can evolve Pokemon through your menu, so Pokemon don't automatically evolve. They just have a little thing that says press options to evolve, and then you can evolve it. So that's going to be really cool. We also get max raid battles back from Sword and Shield, which is awesome because I love playing that with community members. So overall, I think the regional and gameplay information has been superb. We also have a couple of general updates for the game. So there's going to be a regional Pokemon next of about 400 plus. Sword and Shield had 400 Pokemon exactly, and then the DLC added about 200 more. So I'm thinking like we're going to be getting something similar to that. I assume by the end of both DLCs, we'll probably have about 700 Pokemon out of the 1,000 plus that will be added to the total national Pokemon Dex. There is a new subquest for Eevee coming. There is no new Eevee evolution, unfortunately, but there is a new quest with an Eevee. I wonder what the reward is. I bet we're going to be getting a very good competitive Eevee from it, honestly. Rotom Force can be tamed in the auctions, which is interesting, so probably going to be getting Rotom pretty late in the game. Not all the Hisuian forms are coming to the game, and none of the starters are coming to Scarlet and Violet outside of the brand new ones, so only Gen 9 starters in this game until DLC, which will definitely add them. Alphas are back. We're getting overworld shinies back, which is phenomenal. That's gonna be really fun to shiny hunt with that. You can control the camera in battle, which is pretty cool. There's gonna be an NPC trader that's gonna trade you a Pokemon from a previous game. And there is no rideable Pokemon other than Koraidon and Miraidon. So that is gonna be our replaceable Pokemon as our bike. And following Pokemon can follow you only outdoors. So you can have one Pokemon follow you, but you cannot bring them, let's say, into a Pokemon Center. Now for the really exciting new Pokemon information. So we're looking at 100 brand new Pokemon, about 120 to 140 when including all the different forms and potential DLC Pokemon. Now the starters have different themes to them. So Sprigarito is going to be like a magician, jester, thief. Quaxley is going to be a dancer, and Fuecoco is going to be a singer. And we can actually just check out the leaked image of Sprigarito's final form, and you can see that we had an artist rendition figure out the top here, but it's going to be grass and dark type. So this does fit the theme, and we did see Quaxley's final evolution as well. And we got a couple of leaked images here, and here's an artist rendition on the side, and we can see the back of it, its head, and it's supposed to be based on like a dancer, more like a peacock type of duck. And Quaxley's final evolution is going to be water and fighting. Fuecoco's is going to be fire and ghost. We have not seen any images on Fuecoco. However, we do note that the feather on his head will become a bird in the last form and an egg in the second form. So we're going to go for feather, egg, and then bird. That is not going to be a separate Pokemon. It's just going to be part of its design overall. We also learned that there is no new fossil Pokemon, no third legendary for Miraidon and Koraidon. There is a brand new dolphin Pokemon, which is incredibly exciting because this is our very first dolphin Pokemon ever with something very special. So it's probably gonna get a unique gimmick for it as well. There's a new spider line that is very web focused. There's a new earthworm Pokemon that does not evolve and it's red. I'm guessing this is going to be a bug and ground type personally. There's also a new dung beetle Pokemon that is a bug type. It evolves once. We don't know if there's a secondary typing. There's a Common Rider themed bug, but it's not bug fighting, so it's probably going to be bug and something else. We're going to have to wait and see. We have 3 new dog type Pokemon lines coming, and one is going to be a ghost type. There's also a new coin Pokemon that evolves into a gold humanoid that is actually based off of a cryptid, which is pretty interesting. There's a new salt Pokemon that evolves, a new engine line that evolves once, and there's also a new flower Pokemon, which we actually have an image of it using the brand new mechanic. So we got this flower right here. We don't know much else about this flower besides that it can use a new mechanic, and it may have its own crystalline form. There's a new glacial Pokemon coming that is an ice type. There's a new ostrich Pokemon that has hair like Cleopatra that is a psychic type. There's also a new flamingo Pokemon. It is fighting and flying, and it does not evolve. We actually have an image of this Pokemon right here, nice and blurry. I'm actually a little bit surprised it's not a water type because it does look like a pool toy here, but we're just gonna have to wait and see if we can see it unblurified. There is also going to be a new Parakeet Pokemon that doesn't evolve. I'm sure this is going to be somehow related to Chatot in some way, shape, or form. There's a new Grass Fire Pokemon, which is a unique typing. Very excited for a Grass Fire Pokemon. That's going to be really awesome to see. We get a new fish, a new bike Pokemon, a new bird Pokemon that's probably going to be a regional bird, new chili pepper Pokemon that could actually just be the Grass Fire Pokemon, which would make a lot of sense to me. So funny enough, we thought that's what Fuecoco could have potentially been since it sort of looks like a ghost pepper. There's a new frog Pokemon that evolves, a new fire Pokemon, 2 evolutions, new notable fire type that is not the starter, a new small feminine pink Pokemon that uses a hammer and is one of the Elite Force aces. It has a fairy typing as the second type. It evolves or is the evolution of another Pokemon. Lechonk's evolution is the same Pokemon with gender differences. So there is actually 2 versions of Lechonk's evolution, and this is actually what it looks like. When we zoom in a bit, you get a nice little look at that pink tail and the pink feet on Lechonk. The female one is going to be much more feminine looking than the male one. I'm not sure which one this is, but I can make a guess that this is going to be the male version of it. We also learned that Palmy is going to evolve twice and become an electric fighting type Pokemon, and this is what it looks like. So it looks sort of basic overall. However, apparently it gets a really awesome unique move. Is a 1 PP move, which allows you to revive a Pokemon in your party that has already fainted. That is awesome. That can be really great for competitive play in VGC. So I'm super excited to see what happens with Palmy. But the fact that electric fighting is such a good offensive type, I'm a big fan of this overall, and it's probably going to make my team at the end of the day. So I'm super excited for more of that. Small's evolution becomes a feminine Pokemon that then becomes an olive tree. It is a 3-stage line, so it's going to have 2 evolutions. Koraidon and Miraidon can be ridden and are very fast. They climb, they swim, they fly, but they don't turn into motorcycles. So I'm sure they're not going to actually transform each time, but they're going to have different ways of travel based on what you want them to do. You cannot battle Koraidon or Miraidon until the end of the game. You can catch in battle Pokemon while riding Koraidon and Miraidon, which is really cool. I'm super excited for that. And there's a new group of 4 legendaries, like the Tapus or Sword of Justice, and they all have Chinese names. Now for the most interesting part and my favorite part, new Pokemon forms and evolutions. So we have a couple of regional forms. We know that Wooper is getting a new regular regional form. It's going to be a poison type, and it's going to evolve into a brand new Pokemon. So nothing to do with regular Wooper or Quagsire. This is going to become a brand new Pokemon. Tauros is getting a regional form with 3 different versions and typings on different areas of the island, similar like Oricorio from Pokemon Sun and Moon. One is black and one is a fighting type, and black one and the other one is going to be a dual type. Regular Tauros will be in the game, so we're going to have 4 Tauros that you can catch in the game. Very excited for that, especially for the dual typing Tauros, and I do personally hope that one becomes a Minotaur. Wooper and Tauros are the only 2 Pokemon receiving our regular regional forms that we are used to. However, there is also cross-generational evolutions. Primeape is getting an evolution, and apparently it's going to grow a very long beard, and it's going to become a fighting ghost type. Apparently, Primeape has to die to become this new Pokemon, and my suspicion is you're going to have Primeape at a certain level and then have it faint in battle for it to evolve. I think that's going to be really cool and unique overall. We also know that Girafarig receives a new evolution, and this is what it looks like. Ignore the LOLs, but it is a pure Psychic type Pokemon, which is really weird because it goes from Psychic Normal to Psychic. I hope that is incorrect. Dunsparce, my favorite Pokemon of all time, is receiving an evolution, and it gets bigger. It's still a normal type. It does not fly. Hopefully it's really good. I really hope they make this thing into an absolute monster. Bisharp receives a new evolution. We don't know if it's going to be a Rook, a Queen, or a King. There's a lot of misinformation going around about that, but all we really do know is that Bisharp is getting a new evolution, and Murkrow is not evolving at all. And we now have a new type of form Pokemon called Paradox Forms. Paradox Forms are a new group of Pokemon in a separate category, similar like Ultra Beast from Sun and Moon, but with different names. There are ancient and future Paradox forms, and they don't evolve, but they are incredibly strong in battle. Essentially, they are taking old Pokemon designs and just giving them a different name and change the ability, change the move pool on it, and make the stats way better. So they are not the exact same Pokemon. There's supposed to be a total of 8 to 9 ancient and 8 to 9 future ones as well. Ancient forms are exclusive to Pokemon Scarlet. Future forms are exclusive to Pokemon Violet. So this is going to really be a big decision on which version you're going to play first. Some have a shared ability, like Ultra Beasts all have Beast Boost. And there will be 2 Pokemon that get both an ancient and future form. Volcarona is one of them. Another is an unspecified Generation 2 Pokemon. The naming scheme is speculated to be something like Iron Pokemon name for future forms. We don't know what the ancient one is, but we can probably say ancient blank Pokemon name. Legendaries may get a Paradox form during the DLC, but currently they do not have it in the base game. There's an unspecified Cactus Pokemon that may get a form. This could be a regional fake, which is another form we'll talk about soon. Maractus or Cacturne may be Cactus Sudowoodo. Kaka, one of the leakers, claims that Paradox forms do not change types from their counterparts. Jigglypuff stays normal and fairy. There is no limit to attainable ancient and future Pokemon, so you can catch as many. They're actually being caught at the end of the game. There is a story reason for this, and you can definitely shiny hunt them as well. And here are all the confirmed ancient forms. We got ancient Jigglypuff, ancient Amoonguss, Mischievous, Volcarona, an unspecified pseudo-legendary Pokemon, which is most likely going to be Tyranitar, and there's a Gen 2 Pokemon that we do not know, and this also has a counterpart future form. We actually have an image of the Jigglypuff. It's like a vampire. It has yellow eyes, has fangs, very interesting. And we have an image of the ancient Amoonguss as well. And it has like, some spikes on it. It has like this moss hanging off of it as well. Very interesting. I am pretty excited for this, especially because they're supposed to be really good Pokemon overall. There's also future forms that we know of. There's Delibird, Gallade. Apparently this Gallade is like a combination of both Gardevoir and Gallade. And it's going to be an Archer, so that's going to be super interesting. There's a Hariyama future form, Volcarona, that loses its bug type in the future form. We don't know in the ancient form it does, but in the future form, it is not a bug type. I am hoping for Fire Fairy personally. There's an unspecified pseudo legendary, most likely Salamence to be the counterpart to Tyranitar, that they're going to be version exclusives. And there's also another Gen 2 Pokemon that has a counterpart as well. Not only that we have regional forms and Paradox, Ancient, and Future forms, we also have regional fakes and convergent Pokemon, or the same thing. We don't have a real name for it, but I'm going to call these regional fake / convergent Pokemon. And they're a brand new concept. Essentially, they're regional variants with new names and new dex numbers. Essentially, they're trying to mimic the Pokemon from a previous area. Like Diglett is going to get one, and it's going to be a completely different type, but it's going to make itself look like a Diglett, act like a Diglett, but it is not a Diglett. Sort of similar to how Mimikyu and Pikachu work, but literally going to be the exact same Pokemon, right? And they're different than ancient and future forms because these Pokemon can actually evolve. So there is a water type Diglett that is going to be look exactly like Diglett, but it's going to be a geyser instead of a mole underground. It's going to be pink like an eel. We'll have an evolution similar to Dugtrio. We do not know if it's going to be called Dugtrio as well, but we can just only assume it probably will be. There is another fake of Gen 1 Pokemon that crawls from the sea to the land. We are thinking it's either going to be Krabby, Seal, Lapras. It is unconfirmed, but it could be Krabby just because one of the leakers was sort of teasing that it could have been a crab, and it does crawl, so I can see it happening. So now our actual gimmick, this gimmick is similar to Mega, similar to Dynamax, is going to be applicable to every single Pokemon in the game, and it's going to be able to be used once per battle. Essentially, the Pokemon's going to have a Crystal Aura that adds an additional flourish to it, like the Skull Pokemon I showed earlier in the video, and it's going to have a single type boosted as well. So essentially, if a Pikachu is trying to use Tackle, it's going to get a same type Tackle bonus, just like it'll be using like an electric type move. So that's going to be our big mechanic for competitive play going forward. It does not change the Pokemon's type at all. And the Pokemon loses this gimmick when it either switches out or gets knocked out. There is going to be some special forms for some particular Pokemon. And there we have it, guys. That is all of the confirmed leaks for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Hopefully, this was incredibly helpful to catch you up on all the information out there right now. And I do suspect we're going to get a trailer really soon. I'm going to make a bet here. It's going to happen at the end of the first week of August. So whatever that Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday is, that is my personal bet. Because on August 4th, we know they're opening up pre-orders in Japan for something special. And I actually believe August 4th, just looking at this off the top of my hand, is a Thursday. So we may be getting a trailer or some teaser for a trailer on August 4th. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comment section below what leak made you the most excited for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Peace out, and have a great one.